absolutely right, Lauren. Larkinville has become a well-known community center in downtown Buffalo, but it didn't always look like this picture. We're joined right now by Mason Winfield, supernatural historian, to talk about the haunted history of Larkin Square as we start to gear up for the Halloween season. Mason, of course, thank you for being here. Now, we checked in with you last year about your haunted ghost tours, but for people that missed that segment, remind us again what you do as a supernatural historian.
Well, it's kind of a noble title for what I do. You know, I have a master's in literature, but I read books and I write books. I listen to people, I talk to people. And we put material together into an informative walking tour, which is most of what we do. Lead people around and tell the stories of sites, buildings, events that have taken place there, and we have a lot of interpretation, too.
And I like that you brought up stories, because whether you believe in ghosts or you don't believe in the things that go bump in the night, these tours are a great way to get in touch with the history of the place that you're visiting. So let's talk about Larkin Square. Tell me a little bit about why it's a good place to have a haunted walk.
Well, you know, any place that's had dense history and high population volume tends to pick up supernatural folklore. And the Larkin district is in a powerful place for the tradition of Buffalo. I mean, the Larkin company itself was a major culture bringer to Western New York. I mean, they brought, through their effects, they brought Frank Lloyd Wright to Buffalo. He did a lot of architecture around here. And many of the founders and major players in the Larkin company were very enlightened people. I mean, John Larkin, Darwin Martin, Elbert Hubbard, founder of the Roycroft.
And we're looking at some pictures right now on your screen of the history of Larkin. Now, for people that are coming to this haunted history walk in hopes of being a little creeped out, a little spooked for Halloween, what are some of the stories that have that mysterious or creepy edge to them that they might hear, without giving away too much?
Sure, no, I wasn't planning to. I like to dig real deeply into the past of the physical site. Not just the buildings that are there, not just the people that have lived there, but what was there. We have some wonderful Native American material, because this was on the Buffalo Creek Reservation. We've got some material from the canal days. It was occupied by the Irish immigrants. And the War of 1812, there weren't any battles on the site of today's Larkinville, but there were some War of 1812 related incidents very nearby that tend to be associated with ghost stories in the neighborhood.
Now, I can imagine in all of your research that you do on the sites that you visit, you talk to people. Has anyone told you any creepy experiences that they've had at Larkin?
Yeah, it's not, I would say, the strongest part of our, it's not the bulk of our tour, but yes, in fact, my first exposure to the Larkin Soap Factory building came, I think, in 1998. I think it was right after my book was published, my first book was published. Some people who worked in the building called me over and said, we really want to show you this building. We're getting these stories about it. We think John Larkin comes back. It was a wonderful time. I met some people who've become long-time friends, and we ended up going to Chef's for dinner afterward. It was just a fabulous night. There were probably 10 people that really wanted to show me this building, long before we had ever thought of doing a tour there.
But now the tour is happening, so for people that want to get involved in this, when is it happening and where can they find more information?
We start at 7. We meet tonight, and Food Truck Tuesdays. We meet outside the filling station on Seneca Street. They may get more information at either my website, masonwinfield.com, or at the company website, hauntedhistoryghostwalks.com.
All right, Mason, thank you so much for joining us today on the couch. And of course, enjoy Food Truck Tuesday, and then hopefully you'll get a creepy October experience right after that with the Haunted History Tour. But right now, we're going to head to break.